Hello everyone, and we're back for another episode of Hexigraptrix Originals.
And for today's creature feature, it will be on the LEGO Compatible Custom HATZEGOPTERYX. But first of all, I'd like to thank YouTube.com Audio Library for this awesome background music. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification button. Just click on the icons below. Thanks everyone! The winners of the Guess This PC contest will be announced at the end of the video, but for now, here's how to join. Just click on the Hexigraptrix icon and then click on the community link to be able to see all my posts. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, it's HATZEGOPTERYX. Now, among the largest of the Pterosaur classes, this is the HATZEGOPTERYX. I really wanted to make a fully articulated large pterosaur since my Quetzalcoatlus didn't have that much of articulation, as it was actually one of my earliest customs even before I made all my pterosaurs, or actually some of my pterosaurs, walk on all fours. Usher will be back later for some size comparisons, and for now, let us have a closer look. Let's review this giant flying reptile up close and personal. I am overall liking the color scheme with the blues and also the speckling of the lighter turquoise because it actually represents that of the fur. And also look at the head, it's so big, it's humongous, and it's actually based out from the skeletal reconstructions of the HATZEGOPTERYX. And you can see here there's also some furring details on the neck and the detailing on the body as well as the wings as well. Now, very similar to my current custom pterosaurs such as the Stormbergia and Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, it has several articulations to it. Among the included articulations would be, of course, opening up the mouth and several articulations to the neck. This one has articulations at the base of the head as well as that of the base of the neck itself. It can have several movements such as pecking on the ground, picking up small dinosaurs, and raising its head high like that, making it more intimidating. Now, there are several articulations to the wings as well, so that it can have a flying stance or flying position such as this. Where the wings are spread out, making it look like a small jet from the air. Of course, it will have several attachments to the belly part, and it will have also articulations on the legs. Now, the articulations on the belly will have its purpose when you want to display it like so, or when you want to include it in your dioramas when it's flying up high. Now, as there are two articulations actually on the wings, you can fold the wings in such a position that it can make these HATZEGOPTERYX stand on all fours, making it very mobile and also versatile in a way because not only it can fly, it can also stand like this. And here is a share back for some size comparisons. And for this part of the video, the Quetzalcoatlus won't be included as it is actually under revision at the moment. So watch out for that video. Now, comparing the minifigure Usher with the HATZEGOPTERYX, you can see that the actual creature size is actually the same proportion as that of my custom. And moving on with the comparisons, let's have first here the LEGO Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Pteranodon. So I got this Pteranodon from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom sets before, and comparing it with the HATZEGOPTERYX figure, you can see that there is quite a difference in the size as this HATZEGOPTERYX is really a giant of a pterosaur. Now moving on to the next comparison, here is a Jurassic World LEGO Pteranodon. Let's put it at the back. And moving on to the next, here is one of my customs. It's an easy custom actually, it just had some revisions to the head shape. It's from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Pteranodon. Now moving on to the next comparison, we have here my pterodactyl from Lego. It's quite a hardy figure, and although it's from Lego, it doesn't have really much of any articulations to it. Now here is my previous Dimorphodon custom. It is actually made up of several figures, from the small raptors to a minifigure itself. Oops. Let's reattach the wing. Okay, so let's put the Dimorphodon aside and let's move on to the next comparison. This is the Jurassic Park 3 Custom Pteranodon, and it is actually the mascot for My Hexigraptrix Wings logo. It has several decorations same as that of the Geostonbergia, with the wings foldable such as that, and also with the neck foldable or articulated, as well as that of the legs. Now since I mentioned it, here is the Geostonbergia. This Pterosaur Custom has several more modifications to it compared to that of the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon Custom. Mainly because aside from the colors and also the articulations on the legs, the neck, and also the wings, the head is actually very much modified. Now comparing it with the HATZEGOPTERYX here, the size is really different. Looking at it from a walking position, or Pterosaur, oops, let's put it back, or Pterosaurs hunting from the ground, you can see that of course the HATZEGOPTERYX is really different from that of the regular Pteranodon, because it looks actually like a monster giraffe of some sort. Okay, let's line them all up and let's have a roll call. HATZEGOPTERYX, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World Pteranodon, and Geostonbergia, Pterodactyl, and Dimorphodon. Here is my collection so far for my Pterosaurs, or Hexigraptrix Wings. I hope you like it. Do let me know which Pterosaur you like the best. I'd also like to hear from you guys which other Pterosaur customs you would like me to do next. I do plan to make 3 or more other Pterosaurs, but for now, let us have a Sambrix. This Pterosaur has 10 parts to it. Let's start with the head. Now, I already attached the lower jaw since it's really quite tricky to place it. Now, let's attach it to the neck. Then, let's move on to attach the wings. Let's start with the left and then with the right wing. Now, let's put on the legs on the body. The left and then the right. Now, it's time for us to put everything together to build the figure. Part 1, the left wing, and then let's finish it off with the right wing. Alright, so that should complete the figure. My fellow Brachiosaurs, this is the Lego Custom HATZEGOPTERYX. Now I have several footages and also photos of when I was making this figure. So this is Hexigraptrix at work. So here is the kit bash part of the figure. It has several other additions to it. You can see that I'm trying to make the head bigger and also added several more articulations very much similar to my other 2 Pteranodons. It got me really excited because when I was done with the kit bashing, it was really big and got me on the push to move on with the figure and finish it as soon as I can. So here I am putting on several more sculpt on the figure, especially on the feet and also the head part, and also some sculpting also on the wings. So after the sculpting phase, this is actually the figure after it has been primered. Of course, after priming, you have to wait several more hours for it to fully dry before you start on putting some color on the figure. Now, as with my several customs from before, I usually start with the lighter colors and then moving forwards with the darker ones. But this time, since the Quetzalcoatlus is actually mostly blue, I started off with the blue colors and then put on some detailing on the wings by putting on the lighter white colors on the underbelly as well as that of the edges of the wings. Those are actually the two basic colors or the primary colors that I used for this figure. The rest would be the secondary colors. That would include a dark bluish tone on the speckles on the edges of the wings and also the parts of the wings where it is actually, you can see here. Also the turquoise colors on the back, which serves as the fur for this pterosaur figure. Browns are also applied on the figure, especially most on the head and the beak part. There's not much of sculpting details in the head, mainly because I didn't want it to be heavy because the clay will actually make it heavier, especially when it's already dry. So that is actually one of my advice to you guys when making a custom figure or any toy for that matter. Please consider if the toy can stand on its own when it's being displayed or where you're not playing with it. That really does make a lot of difference. One tip is, if the proportions on the reference is actually the same as what you're doing, it will most probably stand. Now here's the HATZEGOPTERYX with the finished paints. I will have to include several more details to it before I call it done. It's almost time for the video to end. Now it's time for us to have some last looks. HATZEGOPTERYX name means hatted basin wing. It is actually unique compared to the other giant pterosaurs or the giant asdarchids because HATZEGOPTERYX had a very wide skull bearing large muscular attachments, bones with a spongy internal texture inside of hollow, and short, robust, and heavily muscled neck. Although estimates of pterosaur size based on vertebra alone are not particularly reliable, the size of this vertebra is consistent with an animal that measured 10 to 12 meters in wingspan, or that is 33 to 39 feet. Wow, that's large. And that's about it for the HATZEGOPTERYX. I hope you like it. Oh my! Can you guess who that person is beside Asher looking at the HATZEGOPTERYX enclosure? I bet you know him, and he'll be back soon. I thoroughly enjoyed making this particular custom, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. There are a lot of exciting customs coming up on Hexigraptrix, so watch out for it. And as promised, now it is time to announce the winners of the Guess This PC contest. There's over 150 entries for this, and we have actually 10 lucky picks for it. You're very lucky. An, Grumpy's Soap Studio, Drew Dirty, FranLol373, Meme, The Jurassic World Gang, The George28, A Random Dinosaur, Fidel Komariki, Jeremy Gofaro. Congratulations everyone! Now it is time for our top 10 winners.
Top 10.
Cinemorph636,
Top
Gandalf,
9. Top 8.
Becky Patrick,
Top 7.
Jack Kyung Kang,
Top 6.
Diacro34,
Top 5.
TraxDerax55,
Top 4.
Livio Russo,
Top 3.
Manuel Laurelo Cuesta,
Top 2.
Pyroraptor, and
Top 1.
Dos Meningas. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on the next Guess This PC contest. Also, our fur babies Asher and Moira has their own blog now, The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please subscribe and also watch their videos as well. Thanks for the support! Please also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and here in YouTube. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brain roar!